All right, John, we've had many conversations, and I was wondering if you could tell our viewers what was the chief complaint that you had that brought you to chiropractic care?
Dr. Greg, first of all, I want to say thanks for being a great doctor, and thanks for doing this. This is just kind of fun to be able to communicate as a colleague.
Yeah.
My story in chiropractic was back to high school sports, football. I was a young kid, about 10th grade or something like that, and I went head first into a pile of players,
Oh, that's not good.
and my arm went numb.
Wow.
And came off, and I'm just kind of hanging there, and hey, shake it off, you're fine. And it started to happen a lot, and it was kind of getting me scared, me, my parents, what have you.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
My dad had seen a chiropractor, Dr. Mickelson.
Oh,
He's my guy.
yeah.
I went and saw him. I was a bad patient. I didn't make any of my appointments on time. I showed up
man.
late and all this
So
stuff.
how'd that work out?
They were patient with me as a patient, but he changed my life. It helped me. I kept on able to continue to play sports, but it was different. It was just something that really came alive as far as it wasn't a traditional. I've been to medical doctors for things, but something just connected, and
Right.
it just came alive from a health standpoint, but really to say, you know what, I want to do that. I want to do that because it changed my life at that young age, but really how it really came alive is just how you can impact someone's life, and it's different, and it just made sense to me so many years ago.
Wow. So many years ago, and you remember it like it was
Oh
yesterday.
yeah. I
Now,
still
with-
remember the ruffle of the face paper
Oh, yeah.
when he would change that, and just the look, the feel, the smell, the off.
that.
Yeah.
So when you had that injury, chiropractic was not your plan B to address that? Was chiropractic care your plan A?
What was it? I was so young.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of actually plan A. Now that I think about it, I never went to see a medical doctor okay, let's take an x-ray of my neck, let's take an x-ray of my arm, or whatever. My father had gotten good results, and so he said, why don't you go in? And that was kind of...
What a great dad.
I know, thanks, Dad. Just kind of, yeah.
So let me ask you this. If you had that injury, and if you had not sought chiropractic care, if your dad had not given you that advice, and you had never visited a
I know where
chiropractor,
you're going.
how would your
Right.
life be different today?
I know, yeah. I could honestly say that injury changed my life. And I never would have thought. I grew up in northern Minnesota, thought I'd be in South Carolina saving lives, and it completely changed my life. It's just been exciting to see the journey that chiropractic has brought me, the value to patients, their community, my family. Today, a patient, I adjusted them, and their blood pressure dropped 30 points. 30. I was like,
Wow.
I just was buzzing all morning because of that.
Right. And what could that have done in their life if you
Exactly.
did? Yeah.
If I hadn't had that football injury, that blood pressure would have
And I'm
dropped.
sure at the time your parents thought, this is a bad day. My son's really hurt.
Yeah.
But if they only knew.
There's that chiropractic saying, and you can maybe correct me on this, one small thing we do today can touch the lives of millions
The
tomorrow.
BJ quote, you never know what you may say, think, or do today can affect the lives of millions tomorrow.
Yeah. And
Nice.
that one incident in that athletic event is really being the opportunity to, not that I am that, or we are that as doctors, but as those one events, and I want to hear your event of...
You do?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to tell you. After hearing that,
Well,
this is so
hey.
fantastic.
Hey, I want to hear your story.
Well, the reason that I first visited a chiropractor, I can't tell you what that was. Because I can't remember. I was a little kid. I have no idea
Yeah, that's awesome.
how old I was or what it was for. Dad was a self-employed plumber, and he had to work from can till can't. He would often hurt himself, and he couldn't work. And he would see his medical doctor, and his doctor would say, obviously, Mr. Ray, you're in a lot of pain, and there's a lot of muscle spasms going on, so we're going to give you some painkillers and muscle relaxers. And this happened over and over again until at some point he realized that he was stoned, and he got concerned about his ability to provide for his family. So one day, one of his co-workers, a colleague, I guess, said, have you ever been to a chiropractor for this thing? And my dad's response, I remember him telling me the story. He said, I don't know, what's that? He said, listen, I know a guy. Get in the truck, let's take you to my guy. So he did an exam and evaluation, very much like what we do, found what was causing his problems and helped him correct it. And Dad was a very practical man. He said, man, that makes sense to me. You know what, I can make it now.
Yeah.
So, and Dad had 6 boys and a girl.
Wow.
So when we kids had health problems, they would put us in the back of the station wagon and carry us up to the chiropractor.
That's just, when you hear that, you just go, you know what? That is such a beautiful opportunity that sometimes we just, I know for my patients, if I had to ask you, when do most people start to see a chiropractor? When do they start to come into your office? And
after a wreck.
After a wreck?
Or some sports injury, like you said.
And do they come in because of they have ear infection?
Not most of the time. I know
they
we
should,
see
and they
that
do.
A lot.
But oftentimes, where I'm going with this is our traditionals are the neck and the back pain. The traditional, hey, this is where at times why chiropractic, but the pediatrics.
Yeah. So the benefit adults receive, it's even more impactful in a child's life because it affects them for the rest of their life.
How do you think your childhood treatment impacted your health? When you paralleled your friends in school, when you paralleled
I would watch them.
People.
I would see them in class, and I'd be sitting beside them in class, and from time to time they would get up and be called out of class, and I would look and say, where are you going? So I'm going to the nurse to get my pills. And I remember thinking, I want some pills. How come I have to stay here in class and you get to leave? But see, we weren't sick a lot. I watched my classmates, they were a lot sicker than we were, and we were not. We didn't miss a lot of school, and we were just healthy. So, I realized I had an interest and a talent in the sciences, and I knew healthcare was something I wanted to get into, and chiropractic was just a natural choice. And I remember my first week of chiropractic college, which was a leap to think, me, be a doctor? No. And my first week, I was just listening, sitting in classes, looking at my classmates, listening to my instructors, and I thought, yeah, this is it. This is my purpose. This is why I'm on this planet.
How's a parent? You're the child. Now as a parent, you have children. How is that? How are you in a place as a doctor, but also as a parent, having your children under chiropractic care? How has that impacted your thoughts, your philosophy, seeing your children, your children alongside other children, as a father?
I had a conversation with my daughter yesterday. She is in college in another town, and she said, Dad, I'm not getting the chiropractic care as often as I need. I have to find a good chiropractor in this town. Help me find somebody. And she didn't want, she likes her dad, the doctor, but she's not going to wait. And she asked me, help me find a chiropractor so I don't have to wait.
And now obviously as we take that to the next level, that seed is planted in your daughter. That next generation, your daughter's going to impact those people. And that's beautiful. And I just, when we look at things, sometimes we can look at things through a very traditional viewpoint of how life works. When patients are coming in and when they really get those aha moments as seeing their children under chiropractic care or themselves experiencing it, how does that make you feel as a physician? When you see that aha moment, when you see the life come alive in their nervous system, what that body's done, how does that make you feel as a doctor?
It's just a blessing to be able to play such a role in somebody's life. And you got to take, as a doctor, you got to take yourself out of it because it's not about us. It's about them. It's about service. It's about giving, loving, and serving. And that's what we're here. That's what we're all here for.
One last question I might have, and if you want more, but getting on a very serious note, we look at these things in life about being doctors and husbands and fathers and people to create value, but we both share a commonality in our spiritual faith. As we look at the Lord has put us in a position to help save people's lives, and when we feel like one day when we get to heaven, God's going to say, "Good, well done, faithful servant."
That's what you hope to hear.
It's just the opportunity to know that God's using you to change lives. What place does that bring you to when you know that God has said, I want you to do this and I want you to help these people, and guess what? This is what I've called you to in life. How does
So many people don't find that. We all have a role to play. He has a role for all of us.
Yeah.
And I think we both feel blessed that we found that for ourselves, but a lot of people haven't.
Yeah.
And the peace that it gives you to be able to serve him
Yeah.
and his children the way he intended us to do.
Yeah.
That's going to sleep at night. It's a wonderful thing.
Well, I appreciate this.
All right. Thank you for your time for me springing this on you.
Well, no,
And
I'm
you're a
glad
good
you
sport.
came in and we just were able to communicate because, hey, it's a good.
I came for an
chiropractic
adjustment,
moment,
and you needed an adjustment.
both
We're
got
taking care of each
adjusted,
other,
so-
body, mind, and spirit.
That's it.
All right. Thanks
God bless.
again.
All right.